back, everybody, to the We Can't Pick a Title podcast. BG here.
And this is JT. How's everybody out there doing?
Hey!
That's your crowd noise? That's everybody out there doing the...
Yeah, everybody's cheering for you because you did so good this week.
Yay!
You made it. You made it back.
Good job, everybody.
And you did it.
Good job. Gold stars.
Hope you're having fun, relaxing, or cleaning your house, or driving your car, or whatever you're doing while you listen to the podcast.
Maybe all of the above. Relaxing while cleaning your house and driving your car. Does that work? No.
What are you smoking?
Well, actually, glad you asked. I have here it's a mixture of the Blue Dream that we had last week and the homegrown that we had from before.
Oh,
so it's
fancy.
sort of a homemade Blue Dream. I guess
Some
you could
sort
call
of fancy mix?
You know, yeah. It's the good stuff.
Sweet.
You know, I thought we'd partake a little bit here and there. And I'm just going to start our stop clock here. Or stopwatch. This is scary. This feels like pressure now, or like a bomb's going to go off. Like you need MacGruber. 5 seconds, MacGruber.
I got nothing. Sorry. Haven't watched it in a while.
That's okay.
So it's our 12th podcast, you guys. I don't know if you realized that, if you started at the beginning, or you're just jumping in now. If you're jumping in now, welcome. We're kind of a weed smoking, hanging out, chilling, talking about weird kind of stuff and cool stuff and TVs and movies and stuff. We're about stuff and stuff.
Pretty much about stuff, you know, whatever kind of stuff you guys want to stuff about, you know.
Yeah, we're vague and mysterious.
It's super aloof and mysterious, and I don't know what aloof is.
No,
aloof?
that's your thing.
Okay. Well, that still counts, though, right?
Well, it's half of it.
You know. So, Blue Dream, homemade, what did I say? Homegrown Blue Dream? Home Dream?
I don't know. We'll come up with some sort of name, or you
there.
guys can let us know what you think we should call it. Okay, it's getting kind of crazy. It's just diving right in.
Yeah, may as well, you know, fuck it. Dive right into the deep end, I like to say.
Speaking of diving into the deep end.
Uh-huh. Yes.
What's your favorite ocean creature?
Oh, I like that. Speaking of deep end. Man, oh man, I do like the good octopus. Octopuses. Octopi? Octopuses.
Oh, yeah. That's a creature from the sea?
That's definitely a sea creature. I don't think there's any freshwater octopuses. No, I don't think that's a thing.
I don't believe there are.
No, I'm going to have to look that up, but maybe.
I mean, maybe on other planets or something.
Oh, good call.
I don't know.
There's like two-legged octopuses, and they call them...
Bidopusses?
Yeah, I guess it'd be... Yeah, I guess, right? There's legged septopus and sextopus and pentapus. Oh, that sounds fun.
So you got to catch a
Yeah, I
octopus
totally
one
did.
time?
Yeah.
I didn't make the spit screen or whatever again. Sorry, Chris. I'll do it, though. I do have the wire. I'll have to rustle up a pantyhose, though.
Yeah, the wire
I'm not
hangers
so fancy
are
anymore.
easy to find, but the pantyhose, not so easy to find these days.
Well, maybe I'll check the free store.
Does nobody wear pantyhose anymore, or is that a thing?
Nobody cool.
Oh.
Burn! No, there's some cool people that wear pantyhose, but I think we're not oppressed the way we used to be. Like when I worked at Zellers when I was a teen, back in the 80s, 90s.
It's back in the day.
I guess the 90s. Yeah, we had to wear closed-toed shoes, and we had to wear pantyhose. We weren't allowed to wear socks with them because we were girls. And they preferred if we had a heel, which I thought was fucking ridiculous. I'm like, I have to walk all over this whole store, and you want me to wear heels?
Or behind the till.
Yeah.
Right? All day.
And we didn't have those fancy cushions at the till back
no.
then. And we had to type in a
Spikes, if anything, under your
8-digit
feet.
SKU for every single product.
Oh, yeah, crazy.
There was no bleep. There was
That's old school.
department, whatever the department was. So say department 11. So you'd hit department 11. And then you'd hit...
And then boop, 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 doop.
Yeah, and then you'd hit like whatever, it would bring you up, bloop. And then you'd put in your 8-digit or whatever SKU.
That is brutal.
Yeah, so everybody had carpal tunnel. All the old girls that were, the old girls that were in their 30s that had been working there the whole time. They all had those fancy
And
wrist cuffs on.
Fully calloused fingertips from just typing all day.
Yeah,
and stuff.
They were like super duper fast, and there's some stuff that you couldn't do any more than like 10 at a time on, just for like to make sure, nobody accidentally put 100 in or something like that. I'm not sure why, because the person would have to pay for it. But yeah, it was weird. Zellers, shout out. I heard it's coming back. I don't know if that's a thing.
Little name drop for Zellers.
My mom worked in the restaurant there when I was a kid. They had damn good milkshakes.
Zellers, hey?
Yeah.
I guess all kinds of stuff. Zellers, Blockbuster. Trying to think of
Is
any
Blockbuster
others.
coming back?
No, just Blockbuster. That stores that are dead now that you wouldn't necessarily think would die off, but I guess everything goes over to something else and changes to online and.
It's all corporations now.
Oh, exactly, yeah. The man took over Zellers and turned it to shit.
I think Zellers was pretty low rent anyway.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Octopus?
Oh, right. Yeah, so Octopus. That was cool. We got lots of hits on the picture I posted on Facebook there. We got a new Facebook page, everybody.
What?
Check it out right now. Go to @WeCan'tPick on both Facebook and Instagram, and like and follow the pages and all that jazz. And it'll be a lot of fun. We'll promote some exclusive pics, and there'll be like exclusive sneak peek behind the scenes stuff on there.
Yeah, and then you can talk to us about what you think.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, on there we put I put a couple pictures of us and you playing with the starfish, where your hair sort of matches the starfish. It's all like dreadlocked up and everything.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the picture of me playing with the octopus that we caught that day, and that was crazy. It was like so squidgy and slippery, but not slippery. Like you could grip onto it, but it just, as soon as you gripped on it, it would move. And all of a sudden there'd be like nothing left there. It would just be like a thin little layer of nothing, of little skin.
Wild.
Yeah, and then you'd go to like grab onto the next bit just to sort of, I was just trying to hold it up just for a picture, and so it would just constantly be moving and writhing.
How'd you get this octopus?
Oh, we went out on a boat.
What's the story there? You just grabbed it at the aquarium, or?
yeah. I was at this Japanese grocery store.
Oh.
They had this whole tank full. I just decided to scoop one up.
I was walking down the street and saw this sweet aquarium in somebody's place.
Yeah. Figured, hey.
I was like, I gotta get a picture.
Yeah, hungry for some octopus, so may as well.
Oh, right. That one became potato salad, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Which
later on.
sounds weird to have octopus and potato salad, but
our
it was
buddy Marco
delicious.
whipped it up into a delicious octopus potato salad.
Yeah, now that I know how sentient they are, though, it's probably won't be eaten anymore if I catch them.
So that was also on Facebook. I asked about favorite sea creatures, and that was somebody said that they used to really like them, and then they learned how intelligent they are, and now they just don't eat them at all. And and I said that there's a definite philosophical discussion there, because that's what denotes intelligence and what is okay to eat as far as meat, and if intelligence, because like a pig is pretty damn intelligent. It doesn't have 8 legs and doesn't live in the water, but I mean, if it did, it could probably escape out of a jar. I'm sure they're really smart.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we got talking about deer and how smart deer can be depending on the right setting and the right context and everything. So I mean, kind of a weird, where do you sit on?
Should you be eating anybody?
There you go. I mean, cows. I've met some pretty smart cows, and they're cute.
Over at Linnea Farm has some pretty nice cows.
They're definitely smart. Fucking genius cows up there.
They're really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. The octopus was pretty cool, and it was really weird, and we chopped it up and everything, and
didn't they have to freeze it first? That's the whole thing, right? You have to freeze it.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys chopped it up there or whatever, but you have to freeze it before you cook it or something like that.
Yeah, he chopped it up there. We went out, my buddy Gary, he took me out when we first sort of moved here to the coast. Mm-hmm. And, he took me out sort of fishing, and we caught prawn and crabs and actual fish and everything, like red snapper and a little bit of everything. And then, pulled up the crab trap, and there's a big old octopus in there. That was pretty crazy. And then, we ended up, he froze it for I want to say even just an hour or something, because it was later that we ended up eating it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was the next day or that. day. I couldn't remember.
And
I thought it was the next day, but
I think it just takes away like the rubberiness.
yeah, it's a texture thing.
Yeah.
It's something to do with breaking them down and.
Yeah, maybe it's the same as like fish, because if you freeze a fish first and then cook it, doesn't it just like turn into mush kind of thing?
Probably.
I don't know. I've never cooked a fish. Maybe I have, actually.
Oh, worldly Jason, we call him. He just takes it out of the can.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you cook the stuff that you find all breaded in the freezer in a box.
Yeah, the Highliner. You know, that counts, right? That counts as cooking a fish.
Yeah, I suppose. Cooking some fish, not a fish.
So another thing that I asked on the Facebook page, that if you guys go over to the Facebook page, you'll get to be all exclusive and, you know, privy.
Weigh in on all the...
Oh, there you go, weigh in. I like that. Nice.
On all the discussions.
You know, ding ding. It's like the weigh in, you know, between fighters. Ding ding.
Oh.
Kind of deal.
I'll probably be overweight for this one.
I saw one earlier where the guy was like, he ran up on the other guy and then sort of gave him a little kiss. And the other guy, he didn't like that so much.
No, you should ask for consent.
Well, that's definite. That's what I thought.
You know,
you
talk to his dad first. Be like, hey, do you mind if I kiss?
Can I have the blessing of your son's
Smooching?
hand and smooch?
Yeah.
Or something.
I think that's how you do it. I don't know. I'm out of practice. Been shacked up for a while. I'd be fucked if I had to start dating again. Just be like, where are these traditions coming from, Bobby? You are weird.
And I definitely don't want to do any weigh-ins.
No.
No, I'm not in my fighting weight by any means, you know.
Depends what kind of fighting, I suppose.
Well, fighting that bag of chips into my mouth.
Yep.
Maybe that'll do it. This is pretty good.
Fighting to not eat that second piece of cake.
But on the Facebook page, we also asked you showed me that, what is it, cryptozoology? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the new page there, or group, I guess it'd be, not a page, but a group.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun, and I looked through it, and it got some crazy cryptozoological animals on there. Yeah. It was kind of neat. They had, you know, the usual Bigfoots and all that, but then they had, like, actual animals that existed at one time, like Tasmanian tigers and lycanthropes and coelacanths, those big fish, and megalodon and stuff like that just doesn't exist anymore, but did at one time. Mm-hmm. And that's apparently cryptozoology, too, which I didn't know.
Yep, it sure is.
Yeah, I thought it was a whole... Yeah. Like, I thought crypto was just a...
Currency?
The new Bitcoin tiger.
It's just got Bitcoin spots all over it.
And so, yeah, I asked on the Facebook page if there's people that had any, like, experiences of Bigfoot in the wild or seen any Ogopogos or anything. And I know Ogopogo's not technically a sea creature, but I thought...
Yeah, be like a freshwater being.
Yeah, I thought, you know, with the lakes deep enough and Loch Ness, and there's the whole theory that it's connected to the ocean, and that's why they can't find it, because it can just go back and forth, and, you know, that whole thing. So, because there's, like, bull sharks and tiger sharks that can go back and forth and live in freshwater for, I think, like a month at a time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then they got to go get their thing stamped at the border again? Or?
Yeah, they got to get their passport signed. Yeah.
There's like other sharks out there.
I was going to say vaccinated. They got to get their vax.
Maybe, probably.
Their booster shots, and then they can go back to salt water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Maybe that's how it works. You never know.
I have a teeniest grasp on what bull sharks are doing.
That's all you need, really.
Yeah.
What about you? Got any zoological stories?
I had other stuff to talk about for ocean stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to tell it's not mine. It's my buddy's story, Bigfoot story.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and tell that.
He was just like, and I don't know, I believe him. He's not one to bullshit. That's, you know, for sure kind of deal. And him and his special lady friend, I don't know who it was at the time, I can't remember, as my memory does not serve me very well sometimes.
Probably doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she's long gone now.
You guys might not know her.
Do you know her? Maybe.
We don't even know who you're talking about yet.
Oh, yeah, right.
Is this a blanked out one?
Yeah.
His name is Redacted. They did that on the Morbid podcast on Listener Tales. Just said the person's name was Redacted.
That's great. I would just do like a, beep.
Sounds like you're saying it like in post.
What's that on Kill Bill, where they do Beatrix Kiddo?
Yep.
And they beep it out there. Yeah.
Well, now everybody knows her name. Way to go. If you haven't seen Kill Bill.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
It makes no difference to the plot whatsoever. That's why
It does.
that's why it drives me nuts when they...
Yeah, all the references when they reference back to her.
What?
No, I'm fucking with you.
I'm like...
His eyes are crossed. His brow is furrowed. He's got to rub his brow. He's so worked up about
I instantly went through
He's like, no.
4.5 movies of Kill Bill in my brain, like within 10 split seconds there.
4.5
It's got to be about that. 2 and a bit each.
movies?
2 and a bit hours for each movie.
Oh, hours. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. So
what were we talking
your
about?
friend had a
my buddy
zoological... Do I know this, Scott? Was this the
yeah.
Scott that was at our wedding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Scott.
Yeah. Good guy, Scott.
Yeah.
Buddy Scott. Yeah. I don't, Yeah. Yeah, they went camping out like in the backwoods kind of deal, like not like at your normal camping spot.
Oh, yeah, they go to the mountains and stuff.
Well, because he's a
Hunter?
a battery operator and a hunter.
Oh.
But so his job is like to go way out into like these back roads, leases, and just bang whatever animal he can find. No. He checks on oil leases and wells and power stations and stuff. And,
Oh, okay. He's not operating on batteries like, give me the clamps and the pliers and the battery juice.
Give me 50 cc's of proton stat.
Or whatever that would look like.
I like that. That's great. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
The Energizer bunnies, the nurse. Dun, 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 dun.
Could be.
He keeps going and going.
So,
So they were
Scotty
camping
did.
away out in the backwoods somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get the details right of the whole story, but basically the gist is that they
won't know that.
yeah, I will know this 100%.
I'm
hands
reading this
down.
from my diary from when he told me about it. Would you believe?
Page 1, Dear Diary. And so they were laying down on the bed in their camper. It was like a full trailer camper kind of style
Him
thing.
and the animals?
Him and Bigfoot were laying
Yeah.
down for nighty nights.
Consensual.
Yeah, they had done their
Adult stuff.
Bigfoot prayers and everything.
Yeah.
They're ready to go. So
Had a smoke.
definitely had a couple smokes. Yeah.
They were nervous.
Well,
It's first time.
after making love for the first time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, where's this relationship going?
They talked all night just about that mainly. And,
Yeah.
It's not you, it's me.
Always volunteer to be the big spoon.
Especially when it's Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a spatula.
You don't want to get encompassed by that.
It's more of a ladle, kind of big spoon thing. So anyway, they were.
Him and his special lady friend?
Yeah, they were laying in bed, and he's got a big Rottweiler. Had a big Rottweiler, Grizz, who's a super awesome dog, super smart.
Jason loves this dog.
Oh,
He brags about how awesome Scott was with training him.
He's a pretty awesome dog.
Yeah, I had to hear a lot about
He
it.
was really smart. He could a little side note here. He could tell him how many stairs to come down because he had a set of stairs in the middle of his house or whatever. And he would tell him he would say 5, and he would go and he would come down 5 stairs and then just sit there. And then he'd do. And I might be wrong here, but I want to say that he did 5 plus 2, and then he'd come down and do 7. But I don't know. That might be a little bit extra.
Was the dog using a calculator or counting on his paws?
His paws, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. 5 plus 2.
That tracks.
Claws.
The diary says that.
Yeah. So anyway, Grizz was normally if there was a cougar or a wolf or a coyote or something in the bush, he was all about and all over it, scaring it off, right?
Yep.
And,
Protecting his people.
Yeah, and so I guess this time that really didn't happen. I think he was clamoring to get in and under the bed and whining and scared. And for the first time I think ever, Scott had ever seen his dog like that. And then
Got emotional there.
yeah, a little tear.
Okay.
Single tear coming down
Jason
for
got
Bigfoot.
scared.
For all the Bigfoots out there.
Yeah.
I get excited and I get a little breathy sometimes.
Yep.
So yeah, and anyway, they were in the trailer and the whole thing started to shake, I guess. And not just shake, but tilt and rock back and forth, quite a bit. And
Like a bear scratching his ass on the truck or something?
well, that's what you'd think, at first, right? You know, you're like, oh shit, okay, a bear's doing something out there, and that's weird that Grizz isn't reacting to the bear.
Trying to get my steaks.
Trying to get into my hot dogs in my cooler. You fucking bear, you know. Yeah, so then rocked it back and forth and everything. And then I think he went out there. Shit, I can't remember, with like a gun or something. Oh, no gun, because that was the story. They ended up going out after. Him and my other buddy Lonnie, they went out after like a week later, but with guns and everything, and then nothing happened. So then that was the going theory, was like, well, that's because you went out there with guns and an intention to hurt and blah, blah, blah. And that's why it didn't show up and you didn't offer your offerings, like they say, to the Bigfoots and stuff. So anyway, I think he went outside out of the camper and it just stopped. Nothing happened. And then I think it happened like 2 or 3 times. They went back in the trailer and then it started really rocking and shaking and everything and then came back out. I got to find out from Scott for sure, but I don't know. I wish there was like a huge climax to that story where they, you know, met up with Bigfoot and went on roller coaster rides and stuff. But
I seem to remember back when we first got together 12 years ago, and you were telling me the story that there was a smell, and they said that the smell was like, when they came out, it was something that they'd never smelled before, and it was like crazy, crazy pungent.
yeah, just super funky.
Like,
Yeah.
like glandular.
Like George Clinton,
Butt
you know,
stuff.
caliber of funk, you know. Yeah. And I think the usual, like the noises and weird
Smoking
noises.
This bowl, here's to you, Scott.
All right, here you go. Yay. Had many a Bolsky with Skotsky. Actually, Doobies. He was a big fan of Doobies. That's joints for all you squares out there. Throwing out lots of slang in a couple of minutes there. Yeah, so Bigfoots.
So they never did find him?
No, so I think nothing ended up happening, and I think he even went out and looked for footprints or something the next day, but I can't remember exactly what happened. I'll try to find out the whole
Kick
story
the beer
from him.
cans out of the way. And
Yeah.
no, just joking.
He wasn't much of a drinker, actually.
No, he's responsible.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. Good kid, that's Scotty. Yeah. So I was curious if anybody else out there has ever had any kind of Bigfoot
Encounters.
Oh, that was lovely. Encounters. I can't do it as deep as you, apparently.
Well,
Sometimes you like to go deep. The Ogopogo thing, though, it freaks me out every time we go in the water. A lot of times you see like a little branch or even a little wave, and it just totally looks like I can really understand how
waves look like them.
Yeah, you know, how easily it would be to like, oh, there's something over there.
It was
You
a
know?
little bit freaky going into the deeper parts of Okanagan Lake. I lived in Kelowna for 5 years, like from when I was 19 till I was 24. And a couple of times I had friends or friends of friends that had a boat or had access to a boat, and so I'd meet up with them down at the lake after work. I'd just walk down to the lake, down to the dock, and hop on the boat, and we'd go out, and then, you know, you're 19 or 20, so you're drinking, generally, and then there's no bathroom on the boats we were on, so you had to, like, if you're drinking your beers or whatever, and you're like, okay, I need to go swimming now.
You're surrounded
you
by
had
bathroom.
to take a pee, because they're not going to take you to the shoreline, somebody's property, to take a whiz, so you just have to jump in to take a piss.
Oh, you jump in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, you know, way over your head out in the middle of the lake, and I felt pretty confident going in from the shoreline. I didn't feel weirded out. It's pretty decently clear water, and, you know, beside the duckweed or millweed or whatever that was growing all along the side that wound up taking over, but...
You didn't just do the buddy lean or whatever they call it, you know? where you
No.
grip hands and
I
then you just
cared
lean
way
backwards.
too much about what other people thought about me back then.
The lean and spleen, I like to call it.
Oh, yeah, no, and I think Okanagan Lake, it was a classy enough of an area that...
And popular.
This isn't like Buck Lake. There's like resorts right there, so you can't just be dropping trow and going over the side. Like there was like cop boats and stuff that patrolled.
Yeah.
But I never did see Ogopogo. But weren't you showing me something about a statue being on the bottom of the lake? There's an
that was
Ogopogo
cool.
statue in there now?
Yeah, it was really freaky kind of, and kind of not freaky at the same time, because it was like, on the video as you got closer, you're like, what the hell is that? And it looks just like a Ogopogo head, a Loch Ness head kind of sticking out of the water. Not out of the water, but in there. It's like 100 feet down. kind of
like
deal.
a plesiosaurus or whatever those are called. That
yeah.
look like a brontosaurus, but with the whale fins.
Yeah, with the fins and the flippers. And but then as you get closer, it's like pretty obvious, like kind of doofy faced, kind of big eyes. And it's like very crude carving of it.
Doesn't look natural. It looks like a caricature of a natural critter.
And I looked in a couple different spots and couldn't really find out why
Didn't say
or
where it was or how it got there or whatever.
It says where. Like, you can go there and find it, and you can do dive tours and Kelowna, West Bank-ish.
Oh, okay. So
somewhere
on the
in
other
there.
side?
Yeah. I don't even know what West Bank. Kelowna area somewhere. And Okanagan somewhere. Anyway.
Fuck, you're just getting more and more general. Jesus Christ, he's no help here.
Some
We'll
sort of
look
body
it up.
of water that is somewhere within BC.
This is the vague and mysterious Virgo side of Jason. That's super fun. Super fun. And then I become an interrogator, and I'm like, but tell me more. and he loves that.
Then I just look it up. Usually,
Yep. Google. Probably the coolest thing I saw on Okanagan Lake in the 5 years that I was there is they had the annual hydroplane races.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wish I would have been there.
Which was great. I think it was like the last 2 years that I was there. I lived up on Mountain Avenue, which is like kind of up close to Knox Mountain. So you were like above the industrial area, but like right near the water. So we had like mountain behind us and lake out in front. So yeah, the hydroplane races. People used to drive up onto our street and on Mountain Avenue, and they'd park all down the sides of the road and bring like their lawn chairs, and then just like sit there and like tailgate kind of, because you could see really good from Mountain Avenue right down to the hydroplane races, so you didn't have to like pay money to get into where you could see it, and you could actually see way better from up above. And then lots of people had like binoculars and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna say goggles. I guess maybe the people that were in the lake
Get close enough
had
to
trouble with
splash,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
They don't do it there anymore, right? Didn't they have a big crash, I think?
Yeah,
or
the
something?
insurance was just too high for having it there anymore. So I don't know if they even do really hydroplane races anymore. But yeah, it was cool because you'd have the same teams coming back year after year. You know, same as race cars, anything like that. You know, they'd really hype it up on the radio and in the newspaper and stuff before they'd come, and they'd sign autographs, and you could like, you know, buy your wristband for the weekend, and then they'd have like the beer gardens and everything down there. But like, we had a better view from, like, I was renting a basement suite.
Oh yeah,
with a friend, and so yeah, we were just
buy a case of beer, enjoy that there.
Yeah, we just hung out there, and there was a couple industrious kids from up the way. There was like we were on Mountain Avenue, and then up above us, further up Knox Mountain, was Mount Royal. So that was like I think we were like the last house built in the end of the 70s. And then up the hill, they made like a new subdivision. And so some of the rich kids or whatever would come down, and they'd have like lemonade, or they'd sell cookies or whatever.
Okay.
And they'd have like, you know, the cigar, cigarettes, you know, like one of those kind of girls.
Whoa.
You know?
How long ago was this?
I'm just thinking like, you know, Betty Boop and in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, how she's walking around with the cigar box, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the kids would go around and sell stuff to people when they were there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Make a buck or two.
Yeah, we got pissed off because people were like climbing up and sitting on the lawn. It was like all like kind of terraced, but there was no fence out front, and we were right on the corner, so it was like the perfect, like, you looked at the lake from that lot. We were like on the 45-degree angle, you know, because the street turns up and around past our place. But yeah, it was a great spot. Yeah. Did I tell the story about somebody rolling their truck off Knox Mountain?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh,
not on here, anyway.
Okay, well, I might as well tell you guys that one, too. We were sitting in the backyard the one day, and some people were 4x4ing up on Knox Mountain up top, like past Mount Royal, and next thing you know, like, they take the corner too fast, and they had, like, people sitting in the back of the truck, like, on the edges, and then, you know, people inside, and they took the corner too fast, and it was all, like, loose dirt and gravel and stuff, and they flipped their truck, and they went over and over and over all the way down the bank, and we're just, like, sitting there on the deck in the backyard watching a truck and people roll down the mountain. And we're like, oh shit, we should be calling 911, but like nobody wanted, like there was only 3 of us out there, but nobody wanted to like walk away from what was happening, and it probably only took 10 seconds for them to roll all the way down the mountain.
And before cell phone cameras or anything,
there was nothing like that.
Nobody's
Yeah,
like
no,
pulling
it
out their
was
phone to get it.
It was like 1998 or something like that when this happened. And they were driving around in the part of the park that you're not supposed to go on to, so they were farting around. Anyways, turned out they rolled all the way down, and they wound up crashing through a lady's fence and, like, landed their truck halfway into the pool. Everybody was okay. The lady happened to be in the house at the time. I mean, it was blazing hot summer, so most people are usually in their backyards in their pools or whatever, but she said she happened to be inside at the time, so she was fine, and insurance was willing to pay for the fence and everything else. And the people, I was like, holy fuck, here we go, because there's people sitting on the edges of the truck, and the truck is rolling over sideways, and then it would pop back up, and the fucking people were still in there for like 4 or 5 flips, and I'm like, how are these people not being like smashed to smithereens as the truck? But it was like, you know, they wound up staying in there, and you'd be like, oh fuck, they're still there. Oh, Jesus. And then they stayed on the hill, and the truck went the rest of the way down. But, like, they fucking held on.
That's rough, man.
It was crazy.
Well, that's the danger, is they go fling out the window or out the windshield, or that's how it happens if you're not having your seatbelt.
Oh, these people were in the back of the truck
stuff.
holding on to the sides of the back of the truck.
Oh, shit.
They were sitting on the edge of the box.
Holy crap. Oh, okay.
That's
crazy.
why we could see that they were in there, and they were there, and then the flip over, and holy fuck, they're still there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the people in the cab wound up in there the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And they were okay, too, but
crazy.
A little wet from the pool and shook up, probably had whiplash or whatever, but nobody had broken bones, no nothing. They said it was just the luckiest.
Super lucky.
Fucking roll down the hill, but that was like, holy shit, life's crazy, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen a couple rollovers in my life, and heard of one, and there was one that a girl died in our high school.
Of course she did.
Yeah.
Drayton Valley.
This is how many death stories now from DV. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you should have been in Kelowna.
This one's Jenny. You know?
Everybody lives.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Everybody lives in Kelowna, I guess, yeah? You got the
I don't know
special
if that's
BC
accurate.
blessing or something.
Everybody's all relaxed on the weed back in the 90s.
It's just population control in Alberta.
Yeah, they're like, there's too many of them.
Yeah, she only rolled over like once and then just fling right out the window, side window, and then there goes the neck. And
brutal.
yeah, she was awesome too. She was like the type of, you know, the student that like on the movie where you're like, she's walking down the hall kind of deal, and hey Jenny, hey, how you doing? And she was like valedictorian and superstar of band, but also super popular at the parties and also super nice.
Friends with everybody?
Exactly, yeah. It was just one of those. So like when
So,
we
I
heard
mean,
she died,
she was a real
she was just impossible to deal with, you know. God, I hope none of her family's
I mean, this guy's a real jerk.
I mean, he was
It was a joke. It's a reference to a
Norm Macdonald.
comedian. Yeah. Anyways,
yeah.
did Jenny?
Yeah. So, and, yeah, it was pretty cool.
So that's
Or
why
not
you wear your
cool,
seatbelt?
well, that's one of the reasons why.
Oh.
But, yeah. I mean, I've had a few people that's happened to, but.
Oh, yeah? You just fling them out of the truck when you roll over?
Yeah, that's why I wear my seatbelt. It's basically my
click
way
theirs
of
real
like,
quick.
yeah, I just unroll all the windows. You know, just it's getting pretty hot in here. And
That's why we moved to a place with lots of hills and
yeah, lots of cliffs
crazy
and,
cliffs.
you know, no shoulders and no guardrails or anything.
Super
and,
sketch.
yeah, you know, it was just
Adventure.
purely by accident. You know,
Just in case you want to push them out. Actually, people have gone off the edge on the corner
yeah. Hey,
a couple times.
just think,
I think everybody's always been okay, but, you know, the joke was walking to work, you'd, like, just see just the tail end and the bumper
yeah.
down that hill. Jeez, a bunch of times.
I was just thinking of like, Jason, why are you wearing that crash helmet and neck brace and fire suit? We're just going for a lovely drive.
Why'd you get life insurance?
Oh, honey, your seatbelt's broken. I don't know how it got cut. It looks like it's cut or something.
Yeah, just tie this twine around your waist. It's not going to cut you in half at all.
Just
No,
twine.
a bit tighter.
Yeah.
I because I want you to be safe,
If you put it right around your throat.
babe. Yeah, because then it holds you back too.
Right.
Are you okay? Are you choking because you're laughing so hard about the thought of me dying?
No, I was about to do it too far, and then I realized that that's kind of our whole thing is to go too far.
Well, you are too far, Thompson.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I am too far, Thompson.
Yeah.
Got to live up to the old reputation.
Expectations.
I was going to say expectation. I thought reputation.
Yeah, that's probably better.
That I've put on myself,
So you are, if I go back and talk about sea creatures?
Oh,
Stuff
I love
I wanted
sea
to
creatures.
talk about?
Oh, you want to talk about things?
Yeah, I got
on this
a bunch of
podcast?
things all written down. But
I didn't know
just
that
sort
you
of
liked to...
skimmed over it.
Oh, I always thought it was just about me, mainly, and my thing.
Well, maybe that's what the people want.
But go ahead.
Okay, I'll wait for next time.
No.
I'll start another one.
No, I'll start another podcast.
It's like we decisively know the name.
She can't pick
podcast.
a title. Yeah, we decisively know the name.
No.
This is definitely the title podcast.
Yeah. Picked it.
Awesome.
Better than pick the title podcast. Yeah. So when we put it up on the Facebook page, what's everybody's favorite sea creature, there was an overwhelming amount of people the overwhelming majority was mermaids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I thought was kind of cool because that kind of goes into the cryptids.
And was it really overwhelming? Are you okay? Did you recover from it?
I was surprised that many people said mermaids.
And I heard merman. I saw merman on there.
Or merman.
Yeah,
all kinds of merfolk. Sirens or whatever it was.
Remember that show Siren that we watched?
Siren, yeah. It was like a teen angst.
Mixed with some mermaid three-ways.
Mermaids and rich dads that never know what's going on.
Yeah.
With a weird past. Sketchy past.
Siren.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Don't
bother.
Don't bother.
Three-ways with mermaids were pretty hot, though.
Yeah. So my favorite ocean creature are... Oh, yeah, I got a list.
Okay.
And this is just the top off of my head when I wrote this list, so
okay,
there could be other ones. So, bivalves. I don't know. I don't know if bivalves are actually a creature.
Do you have to explain to James out there what bivalves are?
Bivalve is like, I don't know if I know what one is.
I assume it's two-valved something.
Yeah, so I'm not allowed to smoke that weed?
No.
Okay. That's boy weed, I guess.
I didn't want to interrupt
so
your bivalve story there.
Bivalves, so like clams or oysters.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of guys.
Mollusks.
I don't know, probably.
Abalones.
I don't know. I've never met any of those.
Other kind of balonies. Dunk. I keep derailing you here.
Okay. I also enjoy nudibranchs. Nudibranchs are some of my favorites. There was a movie that Jason likes to watch all the time called Strange Wilderness, and they're doing a voiceover part, and there's like, hey, it looks like a thong swimming in the water, and that's kind of what what the nudibranchs look like when they're swimming around. But there's some pretty awesome ones. There's one that's like a sheep one, and it's kind of all white with little green tips on it. Check out nudibranchs. They're amazing. They're kind of hard to spell. I think it's nudibranch or something. Jason has his hand up. Yes, Jason.
I think it's nudibranch.
Nudibranch.
That's how it's spelled.
Yeah, but anyways, if you start putting in nudie, it should work out.
Well, be careful there, Yeah,
just put that in, start with that, and then see what comes up for suggestions. And then, so I also like sea stars, but I grew up calling them starfish. I did meet a cool starfish. I thought that they were all just purple or orange and star-shaped with 5 arms. Mm-hmm. I thought that was what every single starfish looked like, so those were the ones that I met. But there's like leather stars, and there's all different other kinds of sea stars out there. Mm-hmm. And when I was in Costa Rica, I went out on this snorkeling adventure, and we met pufferfish and all kinds of other cool stuff.
You met him?
Yeah, we were like, hey, Steven, nice to meet you.
Stephen J. Puffer?
Yeah, there's like And I didn't realize the pufferfish swim in a school, because I'd only seen like one at a time in a pet store, or like a big fancy tank somewhere, because like they're $1,800 or whatever they are.
Right,
I don't know what pufferfish is these days.
Well, it's triple that at least now. If I know the
Inflation
pufferfish
since
market
last
like
year,
I do,
it probably went way up.
It's the pandemic.
Yeah. Anyways, they had these sea stars that were in this little cave area that we swam around in. When the tide was just right, you could like go into this cave, and so there were sea stars in there that had these long, skinny legs that were like pencil length and only about pencil width, but they had like little teeny tiny black hairs on them, almost like a sea star when like a sand dollar when a sand dollar's alive. So yeah, they were super cool, but they were like just really long, thin little legs, which I thought was pretty wild.
And they're like really tendrily sort of.
Yeah,
I've seen those ones. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like flaily or anything. Jason has his hand up. Yes, Jason.
You don't have to say that every time, but maybe.
It's fun for me.
I like the ones the Sun Star, I think they're called.
Oh,
where
yeah.
they have like, I don't know, 50 legs or 30 arms, I guess. I don't know what you call them, and all sticking out. And it looks literally just like a sun sort of walking through.
I have memories of those. I grew up on a little island, and they had like a fisherman's wharf off the side of the ferry dock slip area at the beach. And sometimes fisher folks, I don't know if you're supposed to call them fishermen or fisher ladies
Fisher
or
people.
Fisher folks, would catch these guys accidentally in their nets or whatever. And then they would bring them up, and, you know, they're processing all their stuff, and then they're like, ah, fuck, I got this giant sunstar, I think they're called. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they used to, like, eat the crabs in their crab traps or their prawn traps. Maybe there was a reason they were leaving them on the dock, but they would, like, you know, leave one on the dock if they found one, so which means it dries out and dies in the sun. So I don't know if they were, like, taking them home for their garden after they dried out and died. I just always remember feeling bad for them, because you'd go down there after they were half dried out, and they wouldn't have survived if I'd have tossed them back in. But
I wonder if, because back in the day, you know, shit.
In the 70s and 80s?
Yeah, shit was different back then, right? And was it they would just leave it out so it wouldn't go back in and eat crabs out of the traps? And,
possibly.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Is, you know, especially if it was a big one or something that could really do some damage.
Well, I remember them being like 2 feet across or bigger. Like, they were really big.
Yeah, they get really
and
big,
like
those ones.
Yellowy orange.
I like, have you seen it's a mimic octopus?
Yeah.
And they make them look like those long tendrily starfish kind of things too.
Yeah.
They put their tentacles together.
I like that the octopus can, totally change their texture and everything.
Yeah. Yay. Well, you got another one there.
Oh, I have
got a whole list going.
I have
We're
a
just
list
getting
of my
warmed up.
favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strap in.
We're just both weighing in on each one. So I also really like sea lions, because they're kind of like doggies of the sea. They're like super social, and when I was a kid, we used to go down when it was like whatever time of year they congregate at the bottom of the island that I lived on.
Bang. You can call it seal gangbang.
Yeah, I guess maybe that. I wasn't sure if it had something to do with mating, probably. But there's a couple little islands off the bottom of the island that I grew up on, and they would go down there and like sun themselves and stuff. And so sometimes we would go for a walk down to check them out when we were little kids. And then we also get to see lots of sea lions here if we go out and
see sea lions, not like lions, like lions.
Well, they do make some pretty crazy sounds.
Oh, that's a good point.
Did we get to see the sea lions when Chris came to visit, or was that seals?
No, seals. Seals is what we usually see out here.
Yeah.
Sea lions are the type that like they have like almost arms, and they stand up and they have the little ears.
Right.
That's sea lions. What we see out here are seals.
Like in that
everybody's commented.
The walrus movie.
Oh fuck! On Tusk. Oh, you guys.
If you want to be a Johnny Depp fan,
oh my god,
watch Tusk. I'm just gonna leave that with you. Yep. Just do it.
There's so many people gonna look it up and go like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh my god, they made
it's really good. It was an amazing movie.
I think the story's really well done, and
the effects, even everything was really well done.
The story's great.
It's
got like a little bit of
incredible.
Like, what's going on here? And the characters are just, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ending's even just like, oh.
And really twisted.
Yep. Anyways, the Walrus. What was that? Tusk, it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the Johnny Depp trial was happening, like Amber Heard was going after him, everybody was putting up their favorite, what's your favorite Johnny Depp shows, and everybody's trying to watch him extra to help to support him through this whole debacle. And, and that was one of the ones that had come up that we hadn't seen, so we were like, Tusk, what the hell is this? And then, what's the name of the young fella that winds up going up to because he's a reporter?
Justin Long.
Justin Long. Yeah. He's got a great podcast, too.
Yeah. Life is Short.
Life is Short with Justin Long.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Yeah. He's my favorites.
Sweet fella.
For the podcast, yeah, for sure.
Too.
Yeah, he's great.
And then, so anyways, I also like limpets, which when I was a kid, we called them hats. I think we called them Chinese hats because they're like little triangle shapes, and we'd seen some Chinese hats that were like that, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but yeah, they're just like little hats, I call them now.
Yeah.
The limpets, they're pretty cool shells. And moon snails.
Oh, okay.
Moon snails are pretty awesome. I've seen some of those. They're pretty big, hefty ones. I didn't realize eagles eat those, but they do. So if you find a moon snail shell that's cracked, that means the eagles have torn into it.
Yeah, we found quite a few of those.
Yeah.
Dad and I went and found one this summer, and I found two, actually, right beside each other. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, they if the tide's really, really, really low and it's sandy, then you can see moon snails.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Pretty awesome.
They got the little horns,
I don't know if we have a picture of that one with me holding it with the big hefty.
Yeah, I think so.
Hefty moon snail. We might have
we'll
that.
Share that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the little horns and everything that come out. And they're pretty cool.
And then I also like whales and sharks.
Yay!
Just like all whales and sharks.
That's it. Just straight up.
I haven't met any real jerk ones yet.
What about whale sharks?
Even those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I'm into it.
Nice little hybrid there. I like whale sharks.
Yeah.
They're kind of neat.
Saw a super cool fish demon drawing. Did you see that too?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, fish demon. Okay, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, if you go on to Instagram, the Heavy Golden Hand.
Okay.
This fella, he drew up this fish demon, and it's fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It
That's
gives
cool.
me like kind of like Green Man vibes, the way like the face is shaped and stuff, but like in all the best ways. It's
Like Green Man from Sunny in Philadelphia?
no,
Like
no,
Green
like
Man.
like the forest god kind of.
Oh, I didn't know that's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Is it a thing, or did you just make that up?
no, it's
Green Man?
It's a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have like that little statue out in the garden. It's like kind of a triangle sort of shape, but it's like made out of leaves. It's
The
sort
face?
of yeah,
The
That's
beard
like
guy?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's that.
Yeah. It's like the
Oh.
Green Man. It's not like the Green Man from Sunny in Philadelphia. You're like, so it's really round and bright green.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm like,
I
that
mean,
doesn't
he
sound
could
cool
probably
at all.
color it up that way for you if you ask nice. But yeah, anyways, I saw that and I was like, holy fuck, that is amazing. Just because we were talking about ocean creatures, I just wanted to give a shout out to that. So yeah, you guys should check out Instagram, The Heavy Golden Hand, and look at that fucking fish demon because it's the tits. Yeah.
Does it have tits on it? No.
Not that one. It has
Okay.
kind of a masculine vibe going on, but maybe I'm interpreting it wrong.
When we were talking about dinosaurs for like our first few episodes there, I ended up joining a Facebook page, Dinosaurs or Dinosaur Lovers 2.0.
Oh,
is
no.
what it's called.
So is it
And
like sexy time dinosaur
It's literally
stuff?
like, yeah, sexy dinosaur stuff where it's like,
Well, lovers.
and I think that they're actually into it. At first I was like, ha 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 ha, ha, this is sarcastic and funny. And then I saw one post the other day where it was like,
No, that's a kink?
He improved on the Jurassic Park T-Rex, and it was just all of a sudden it was the Jurassic Park T-Rex, and then in the split screen it was like a sexy cartoon T-Rex with like boobs and full everything, and it was just like,
It's your lover.
and a lot of the comments were like, "Oh man, this is hot." I was like, "What?" I don't know. I'm still not sure if it's sarcastic or not. It's
So
hard
did
to
you
tell.
try pounding off watching it, looking at it?
Well,
or?
nothing really happened at all
No, just stayed,
down there.
Stayed
So I just sort
kind of
of,
neutral.
yeah, I like to go with my gut on that.
Yeah,
go
you're
with
like,
my boner.
well, I don't want to force it.
You know. Oh no, you're just pounding, mashing it. Then
Yeah,
that's no fun.
That's
But,
just gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, that jumped into, so you said the thing about the tits on the fish. I got thinking about tits on a dinosaur.
Yeah. Well, and tits on anything's good.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's not everything.
Oh, yeah. Like Mom used to say, useless as tits on a board.
Exactly.
And I thought she was saying board, like a piece of wood, a board. And I was like, yeah, that would be pretty useless. But she meant a boar, like a male pig. Useless as tits on a boar.
As tits on a board.
Boar.
I mean.
Yeah, and maybe the saying is tits on a board, but I don't know, 20 years ago heard somebody say, no.
Well, because a boar is the male.
Yeah, that's what I just said, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking of flat as a board.
Yeah.
As like a burn for having no
Yeah,
tits,
maybe that's also where it was going.
I don't
know. Not sure. Boobs, hey? Jason, this is a boob. Heavy boobs.
Boob-centric.
Heavy boob matter. We had a dick heavy one, so might as well.
There you go. What else you got there? It looks like you got something on your fancy list there still.
See, I put my glasses on so I could see Jason, but then I got to hold my list really far away.
Want me to hold it?
Another thing I learned was about cones. Did you know that they're like I'm going to say scopic because I don't think that's the right word. I don't know. They're hydro something. So they're affected by water. Did you guys know that if a cone, like a pine cone, fir cone, any kind of tree cone, that if it's wet...
Honeycomb? No, that's a different thing. That's a honeycomb.
Yeah. When it's wet, it closes back up because it doesn't... the wood or whatever the cone is made out of is smart. I'm doing air quotes here. It's a special type of wood that knows that when it's wet, it has to close up because it's not the right conditions for the seed inside to drop out and grow because it's too soggy. So like that's why when you walk around in the summertime, all the cones, all their little bits are like all the way open. That's the sound they that'll give you did a time lapse. They open up real big, and then the seeds just fall out of them, and as they do. And I was waiting for some sort of jizz joke there, but Jason's packing a bowl, so we missed out on that. Sorry, insert your own jizz.
Sorry, I'm a little jizzy. Joke. I mean busy.
There. Oh, there we go. Totally redeem yourself. Yeah. So anyways, these cones, and then when the sun's out, they open up really big because then the seeds can drop out, and it's warm enough for the seeds to possibly germinate. But if it's wet, then it closes up because it's like, nope, it's not going to get a chance. It might just get washed away or whatever. So, yeah, I just learned that the other day, and I've lived in places with cones my whole life, my whole 46 or whatever years I am. And, yeah,
I love that.
On the wrong side of 45. Remember? Halfway to 90.
I love that kind of stuff, though, where just like you said, you see that every day, and you see pine cones that are closed and opened and closed and open. You're like, oh, okay, they're just. I assumed, okay, they're drying out. It makes sense, but you don't really think about well, why? And it's an actual smart function that it evolved over millennia to do.
It's a different kind of wood than any other kind of wood that's out there.
Yeah,
the wood that is made material from the cone.
Yeah, and because I saw that video and it says that it actually almost swells up. It's the inner liner, right, of each little petal leaf cone thing, and that actually sort of swells up, which pushes everything closed and everything, and closes it all right up. And yeah, it's like a nature's smart material or whatever they call it.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I got one of those fir cone things stuck under my eyelid when somebody threw one at me?
What the fuck, man? Ouch!
Yeah, so I was a little kid in elementary school, and this other kid was teasing me and decided to throw a pine cone at me because that's what you do to kids that are a couple years younger than you, and in grade 2 or 3, you chuck a fucking pine cone at their face. And I guess I wasn't evasive maneuvery enough. And the pine cone, the little petal thing was sticking out, the wood. So the wood actually broke off and went up under my fucking eyelid like a contact lens. And I cried and cried and cried. And I went over to whoever was supervising us at recess or whenever it was. told them what happened, and they're like doing the eye wash, fucking whatever. Like they thought there was a good possibility I could lose my eye because of that and the scratching and the everything else. It really fucking hurt. So don't throw pine cones, guys.
Especially back then when science was real crude, you know.
Yeah, way back
with eyeballs back then.
Dad
you know,
probably handed me his wallet to bite down on, like I did when they fucking cut the wart off the back of my hand when I was little.
They just like heat up a key and poke it in there. Is this good? Is that good? I don't know.
Oh.
Is that what they did back then?
Probably.
You know.
Probably. Anyways, cones. Cones, I learned about them, and then it brought up that fun memory. So there you go. I think I remember who it was, too, but I like really like his mom on Facebook.
I was going to ask who it was.
She'd probably feel bad if...
Could I beat him up? I probably should.
I don't think you should. I think he's got some nice, actually, almost adult kids now. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I think
they could take me.
We're moved on. I can still see mostly. Maybe that's why my right eye sucks more than my left eye, though.
There you go.
At seeing, it's that pine cone shrapnel.
Might have a lawsuit on your hands there.
Yeah. So just stick with rocks, you guys. Don't do pine cones. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Stick with rocks.
Yeah.
Smoke a rock. No.
Throw rocks. Throw rocks. Don't throw rocks.
Smoke cones. No.
I'm not sure.
Smoke bowls. Grow cones.
So I have a question for you, Jason.
Okay.
Since it's our 12th podcast...
I think this is 13.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is 13.
No.
This will be 13.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you anyways.
Okay, did I screw up your whole thing there?
Anyways, because it was 12, and I was like, it's a dozen, and then I was like, what's your favorite dozen?
Ooh.
Like a dirty dozen, or a dozen eggs, or a dozen donuts, or a dozen beer, or a dozen roses?
My very first thought was V12 in like an Aston Martin Vanquish.
That's a dozen to you?
That's a dozen. That's 12. That's a 12-cylinder car engine.
But okay, cool.
You know, a dozen. You wouldn't call it that necessarily, but I don't know why that's the first thing that popped in my head. I was like,
because
12,
you like cars and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, eggs was like the first thing because that's like dozen eggs. That's the Family Feud answer. You know, kind of deal. The most popular answer is dozen eggs, but I don't know what else comes in a dozen.
Well, I named some stuff.
Yeah, but you know, cool stuff that I would like. You know, I mean, I like eggs, but beer. Is that what you're?
Oh.
Dirty Dozen? I don't even know if I've seen the Dirty Dozen. I should watch it, I guess, maybe.
We had no answers for you. Sorry, guys. Do you guys have a Dirty Dozen?
I just gave like 16 answers.
Do you have like 37 different... Do you have a favorite 13?
Just gave like 12. Ooh. Baker's Dozen.
Baker's Dozen.
Definitely the best
there
one.
There we go. That's my favorite 13.
Yours is probably 13 Ghosts?
Yeah, I do really like that.
Bring it back to 13th Ghost again.
Yep.
You know, probably Friday the 13th, just because Jason and Jason
like
Voorhees and all that jazz. You know, I'm trying to think of.
Okay.
What was the other 13?
That was my only question.
Well, what do you think? Rock and roll? Rock and roll for the night? Are we done deal here, folks? Or you guys get your fill of heavy boobs and...
Heavy boobs.
What else did we talk about? 13s and 12s and 6s and 7s?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That might be my favorite 12 thing, actually.
9? Oh,
yeah.
I
like that one. It was a fun one. I only like the song. Because you remember the actual thing? It was like the pinball thing that bounced around and everything.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I guess it was a little too psychedelic for my taste back in the
day. I really liked it when I was a kid. I thought it was a bit trippy, too, but...
Yeah, I think I just wasn't into the trippy stuff. I was in, like, early 80s kind of deal, so everything was still, like, leftover trippiness from the 70s.
You need the bright and colorful and the new and the crisp.
Yeah, exactly,
I
guess.
Not the 1960s. I think that was done in the 60s. I can't remember. It's super duper old.
Yeah.
Not sure if anybody knows what I'm talking about.
The Sesame Street, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I don't know if it was the Sesame Street one, the one I'm thinking of.
I'm pretty sure it was Sesame Street.
With the pinball thing?
With the pinball thing?
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Maybe not.
Now we learn.
Maybe it was Polka Dot Door?
Definitely not that.
Definitely not Polka Dot Door.
Womp womp.
See you soon at the Polka Dot Door. Remember that whole song?
No,
Songs
I didn't get to watch that.
And so much more. Do 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 at the Polka Dot Door. No, you You don't know that?
I didn't-
Anybody else?
No, I know the song, but I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
We didn't watch that.
Oh, right.
We didn't have cable and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, poor kids. You got cable now? No, we don't have cable.
No, we don't.
We don't need it. It's all good.
Why would you lie to our friends?
Cables. I
So-
got like HDMI cable.
So I was calling our listeners potties because they listen to the podcast, and then I noticed that on some of the stuff that you have potties and pickers. Is that because it's like a pick a title? Is that where you came up with the
I
nickname,
think
or
so.
did somebody else volunteer that?
No, I think I just started doing it on one of the episodes or something, the pickers or something, and then I was like, I kind of like that, and then I wasn't sure potties because I like that too.
Yeah, but that was your friend's name too.
Yeah,
so maybe
which
that's
is
a
kind of
little weird.
neat too. You
Little
know, it's sort of a
homage,
little
little tip of the hat.
almost homage-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, but I also like pickers because pickers is fun, and then it's all like people out picking our podcast and picking potatoes and picking a peck of pickled peppers.
You're not going to say nose or butts?
You know,
That's
hands
the
or nose or butts.
I don't know. When you say pickers, I just think of nose.
Oh,
But maybe I got in trouble for picking my nose too much as a kid.
I thought you were doing like instead of yes and, you know, do a no but.
Oh,
The opposite of yes and improv kind of thing.
people like no butts.
No butts. Oh, I like butts.
On the hood of their car, they don't like any butts.
No. That just dents your hood. And then you
Exactly.
say, get the fuck off my hood with that butt.
You son of a beep!
See, I saw a thing, speaking of butts, some guy on Facebook had a picture to see all the butts, and it was like, the world is not your ashtray.
Oh no, I
And it was
didn't
like
see
two
that.
big totes full of butts, and
Oh,
I
I
guess he picked them in
seriously
like
don't miss that.
within a couple days on the beach kind of deal. It was just gross.
Some people
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah, don't flick your butts.
Yeah,
People.
it's your butt. Make sure it gets into the trash if you're gonna smoke.
Yeah, I want to read this
Be
again.
responsible, eh?
I remember I heard somewhere a long time ago that it was like 1 billion pounds of cigarette butts end up like on the ground every year.
Gross.
Yeah, I was like, that's insane, and I'm going to look that up, but it was something like that. And I thought, that's just the butts, and how many butts does it take to make a pound? And a billion pounds.
How many butts does it take to get to the 1,000,000 pounds?
Gross.
Okay, so yeah. Shame to the people that leave their butts.
Yeah, big time.
Yep,
Shame.
it's still yours, even if you
I know
if you smoked it. Put it in.
Yeah.
Just be responsible and stuff.
I know we're not supposed to shame people anymore for stuff, but shame.
Just be responsible.
Shame.
Responsible.
Shame.
Yeah, you don't need birdies choking on that shit.
No. Or people
Well, just birdies at the landfill. Sorry.
choking on actual
Yeah,
shit.
I don't know if you can recycle. Maybe just figure out a way to recycle your butts.
Oh, that'd be a good one. They can make biodegradable, or like where they have seeds in them, so
Just
they plant
switch-
flowers.
Just switch to chew.
You know? Oh, yes. Fuck. Anyway, on that note.
Yeah, I tried that one time. Got car sick on the... Well, almost got car sick on the bus and had to walk home.
First time I tried Copenhagen, because I had chewed Red Man a while ago, like as a kid, like, hey, and everybody else chewed Skull and Copenhagen. I liked Red Man because it was like at least real, natural, actual leaf, and not gross and
Processed.
And it wasn't super duper powerful. Like it wasn't just crazy full of nicotine or anything.
Makes my stomach hurt a little bit just thinking about...
And I remember walking from my house, and I think I was going to like 7-Eleven or somewhere, and there was this apartment building with like a big open sort of courtyard thing, and for whatever reason I was like, hey, I'm walking from here to there, I should try some of this new stuff that I've never ever tried before. So I just threw in a thing of Copenhagen, and all I remember is just like shut right down, and then I don't know, 5-10 minutes later waking up in the middle of the courtyard in the middle of the day, no big deal, just like looking around going like
Did you still have it in your mouth?
what happened? I think so. I maybe I swallowed it in the time being. I can't remember. And yeah, it's just like, okay, so that's a thing I'm never ever doing again. That's perfect. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for that. And never did it again. It was just like so sick. It was so gross.
Yeah, your body tells you what it wants and
Yeah,
doesn't
for
want.
sure. Yeah. Oh well. On that
Listen to your body.
note, listen to my body.
Listen to your body. Treat it real good. It's the one you get for this lifetime. Treat it so nice. Love your fucking body.
Body.
Okay, love you guys. We're gonna peace out.
We're gonna go love our bodies.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
something. I'll love our bodies all over the place. Love your body.
Don't start yet.
No. Wait till we're over. Then, cut.
Okay, guys, check out our Facebook and Instagram.
At We Can't Pick.
Yeah, give us a like and a subscribe or whatever you do on those platforms, and we can keep in touch and talk about all our crazy stuff we talk about.
What do you guys want to talk about?
You guys can comment about what you like to talk about, and
You go on there and just vent if you want, and it's like, hey, this thing happened to me today, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, but,
just like we're hanging out.
But be nice. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, don't be a dick.
Yeah, just saying. I don't think we have any dicks listening yet.
No.
You never know.
No, well, there better not be any dicks. They just fuck off. You know?
Not welcome!
Just us good kids. Just want to have some fun, hang out.
The sign on my laptop says low battery, so low battery.
Me too, laptop. Me too.
Ready for a nap, everybody. All right, have a great afternoon, good evening, and good night. Love you all.
Rambling on, get some singing going down, down, down.
Down.
Proud of you. See you next week. Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't want to quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.